Before starting this video in full, I want to say a quick word. While this video is obviously related to kind of the whole debate between atheists and theists, this video itself is not about that topic. Instead, this is about basically how words are used. This video will not contain any argument for or against a god, but will define terms that are often used. In nearly every argument between atheists and theists, or theists and theists, or... well, I don't think there's really... there are arguments between atheists and different atheists, but generally that doesn't pertain a lot to religion. But anyway, in topics like that, in theological topics, at least when speaking to the layman, you often will hear this word. Belief. Sometimes you'll hear caveats to the word, like justified beliefs or blind belief or unreasonable belief. All of these words, well, I think they kind of muddy the water between two, I think, relatively distinct topics. Belief and holding something as true. Now, these might seem very similar until you realize a very important aspect of them. One of the two you have a choice over. So, to explain that, let's steer away from the whole argument between gods and unreasonable things and science and all of that. Let's talk about, let's say, either the belief or holding as true that I am a chair. Now, just do this little exercise for me. First, assert as true that you are a chair. Go into the comments and type something of the nature of I am a chair. Congratulations, you just held as true that you are a chair. Now, do a different thing for me, kindly. Kindly believe that you are a chair. I would hope that, at least for most of you, this is an impossible task. That you are, in fact, unable to start believing that you are an inanimate object generally made of wood that is used for sitting on. Congratulations, you just demonstrated the difference between holding something as true, as in asserting that something is a certain way, and believing that something is a certain way. So let's talk about how this truly pertains to a subject like theism by not talking about theism. But a case that very clearly demonstrates the difference that I'm talking about here. Now, I believe that aliens exist. I believe that there is somewhere out there in the universe extraterrestrial life. This is a belief that I have. I, however, do not hold as true that there are aliens. So how does that make sense? I believe that aliens exist, but I don't hold as true that aliens exist. Well, that's very simple. I can't support it. I can't prove that aliens exist. I think they do, but since I can't prove it, I shouldn't say that that is a fact. I shouldn't assert it as truth. I don't have evidence that aliens exist, and so I shouldn't assert that aliens exist. To hold as true that aliens exist, I would need some kind of evidence. I would need some kind of repeatable test. And I assume that you can see where this is going. I don't have a problem with what you believe. Because how can I? It is something you have no control over. You can't just decide to believe that you are a chair, or you can't just decide to not believe that you are a human. I have a problem with things you hold as true. If you start claiming that you are a chair, and you have no evidence for the claim that you are a chair, you have no test to prove that you are a chair, then we start having issues. If you hold as true something for which you can't show that it is true, then, well, basically I think that you're lying. Perhaps lying isn't the exact correct word here, but as a Dutch person speaking English who's also dyslexic, it's the best word I have. You hold something as true for which there is no reason to hold it as true. So yeah, that is this video. I do not have a problem with what anyone believes. I have a problem with what people hold as true. And there is a massive difference. You can't choose what you believe. You can choose what you hold as true. This has been Phoenix, saying farewell.